Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Get Scared here, and welcome back to another video. So today I have something completely different for you guys, as you can tell by the title. This is going to be an album review for Avenged Sevenfold's Hail to the King, which has actually not been released yet, but pretty much all of the songs have been officially leaked, so a lot of people are doing album reviews, so I just decided I would do mine right now. And I have actually been planning on doing this video for a while now, too, because as most of you guys probably know, Avenged Sevenfold is my favorite band. I discussed this in the commentary I did a while ago about musical interests, and a lot of you guys actually like them, too, so hopefully you guys enjoy this review. So yeah, I'm going to get right into it. So in this review, I'm going to be talking about the whole album atmosphere, how it sounded to me, and what the band actually wanted to do with the album, as well as my overall rating for the album and every single song I'm going to be giving my opinions on and what I liked and what I didn't like about them and all of that. So let's get right into that first. So what Avenged Sevenfold was trying to do with this album was basically just do a throwback album to like 80s metal, classic metal, all of that stuff, and they definitely did that very well. They said that they wanted this to be a riff-driven album. They didn't want to do any like harmonic vocals or anything. They basically didn't want to make it super technical either. They just wanted it nice and simple, clear, and just in your face kind of thing. And yeah, I think they definitely did that very well. At first listen, I really did not like this album very much at all, but once I listened to it a couple times over, it really did start to grow on me, so I definitely recommend that to anyone who just doesn't like it off the start. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the songs now. So the first song on the album is called Shepherd of Fire, and this song is a killer opener, okay? It's just, all around, it's an amazing song. I pretty much love every single aspect of it. The intro of it really reminds me of Iron Man from Black Sabbath, just the way it's kind of quiet, you can hear a couple sounds, and then the guitar just blares in. It's so eerie, and then of course the drums come in, the main riff starts. It's a really awesome way to start a song as well as an album. Like I said, the chorus is really good, the verse is really good, the solo is really good, the bass line is really good as well. A lot of songs I find you can't hear the bass line. This is definitely not one of those songs. It's really good. And yeah, so definitely one of the best songs on the album in my opinion, definitely one of my favorites. And onto the title track of this album, Hail to the King. So most title tracks of albums I find aren't that good. I was never a really big fan of the song Nightmare from the album Nightmare. And this song, you know, it's one of those songs that's just okay. It's definitely a good song for sure, but it's nothing special. It's definitely not one of the best songs on the album or anything like that. I really do enjoy the solo of this song, however, though. It starts off nice and simplistic, and then it gets really cool. Let's just say that. It's not super technical or anything, but it's just a really good sounding guitar solo. And, you know, the chorus is good, the lyrics are good, the verse is good. I like all of that stuff. The drums are really simplistic, though, in my opinion, as well as the guitar riff, for sure. But overall, I think it's a good song, you know, especially for a title track, like I said. So the next song on the album is called Doing Time, and this song is definitely one of the more upbeat tracks. It's really energetic, I find, and it's a really good pump-up song in my opinion. And it actually sounds a lot like a song by the band Rev Theory called Hell Yeah. So it kind of surprised me that they decided to imitate that song rather than another classic heavy metal song, which they were going for in this album. But you know, I think it's definitely a really good song. It's definitely different from other songs on the album for sure. A lot of people don't seem to like it that much. I think it's pretty good though, so definitely give it a try. So the next song is called This Means War, and honestly guys, this should have been the title track of this album, okay? This album should have been called This Means War, because this song has all the elements of the album that Avenged Sevenfold wanted to be in the album, basically. It's got a really memorable riff, it's a really hard-hitting song. It's got a really memorable verse with the riff, obviously. The chorus is really good. It's got really heavy lyrics, and it's just an all-around a really hard-hitting song. I really enjoy it. A lot of people are saying it's a ripoff of Sad But True by Metallica, but it really does have its own twist to it. It's definitely its own song for sure. and it's a really, really good song at that. So it's definitely one of my favorites on the album for sure. The next song on the album is called Requiem, and this song is really, really heavy hitting and it's a really up in your face song, okay? The intro, it has a chorus, a choir singing. I don't even know what they're singing. And then this guitar riff just kicks in. It just sounds really, really, really good. The vocals are really, really powerful in the song as well. Great job by Matt Shadows, especially the chorus. The chorus is just really, really powerful. This is just all around a really heavy, almost, it's an evil song. It's just got an evil sound to it, okay? I really, really love this song. It's probably my favorite. Might be my second favorite. I don't even know. There's definitely some really, really good songs on this album. Definitely some good ones coming up as well for me to review, but this just might be my favorite. But anyway, moving on. The next song on the album is called Crimson Day, and this song reminds me a lot of Warmness on the Soul from their first album, just because of how quiet and how sad it is. I mean, it's a really, really emotional song. You can definitely hear it in the lyrics and the vocals, and it's definitely a really, really good song. I really, really enjoy it a lot. Avenged Sevenfold really knows how to make good ballads, and this song is definitely no exception. The guitar at the beginning and throughout reminds me a lot of Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, and it's really got a great feel to it. I really, really enjoy this song. The next song is called Heretic, and a lot of people are saying it's a ripoff of Megadeth's Symphony of Destruction, but just like This Means War, it's definitely its own song, okay? It's got its own vibe to it, it's got its own whole lyrics, it's got its own solo, and it's definitely one of my favorite songs on the album, actually. I think it's just got a really cool sound to it. I really like the guitar melody that is played for the pre-chorus. I think it's a really, really well put together song, and the solo is definitely really, really good as well. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites. The next song on the album is called Coming Home, and ignore what I said about Requiem being my favorite song, because this is hands down my favorite song on the album. It has a really unique vibe to it. It's a bit like Doing Time in the sense that it's not like the other songs, but it's definitely a lot longer and a lot better. It's really energetic, it's really upbeat, it's really fast-paced. It reminds me a lot of some Iron Maiden songs. I can't really say what songs exactly it reminds me of. It just reminds me of Iron Maiden in general. And it's just a really, really, really well put together song, okay? The solo is basically a full minute in length, so it's really, really good. I think it's a bit longer than that, actually. The guitar work in the song is just really, really, really good, just like the solo. And just all around, it's really, really good. I really enjoyed the lyrics and the vocals as well. You really do have to listen to this song to get it, so I highly recommend going to listen to it now, because it is definitely my favorite song on the album. So the second last song on the album is called Planets, and a lot of people are saying this song is the best on the album, saying it's a really, really great song, and I'm not going to deny the fact that it's a good song. I think it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's definitely not my favorite, because obviously I've just talked about my favorite songs, but it's definitely, it's interesting, I'll say that. But for an album ender, it really is kind of disappointing for A7X. Typically, their album enders have been their best songs on the album. Looking back to Nightmare, Save Me was probably my favorite song on that album. Looking back to City of Evil, MIA was probably my favorite. So they're definitely good at writing album enders, but this was just a really big disappointment for me. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with me in the comments. Go ahead. I think this song is just lacking, and I don't really know what it's lacking. That's the thing. From what I can tell, the lyrics are basically just talking about like war in space, I guess, where planets end up colliding. I'm not really too sure, but I thought the lyrics were a little simplistic, a little bit on the simplistic side, but you know, think what you want. If you enjoy this song, then good on you. I just personally think it's lacking. So the last song on the album is called Acid Rain, and I'm not sure if I agree with Avenged Sevenfold ending the album with this song, because it's definitely a very, 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 very sad, emotional song. It's basically, the lyrics are saying that it's the end and that we have to accept it. And one of the lyrics is, life wouldn't be so precious if it didn't have an end. And that's definitely a very, very saddening lyric. It's kind of like a more depressing song. I actually really do enjoy it, but I don't know. I tend to like album enders to be more like longer songs, like epic songs, like I mentioned before, Save Me from Nightmare and MIA from City of Evil. So I don't know, I don't really agree with the fact that they ended the album on such a sad note, but I think it's definitely a very good song. They did what they wanted to do, and I definitely respect that. I think it's I think it's definitely a really good song to end the album. I just don't really agree with the whole ending it on such a sad note. But they did what they did. So now it's time to rate this album. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. I think maybe 8.5. It's definitely not my favorite A7X album. My favorite would probably be Nightmare, but I don't really want to talk about other albums. I don't know why I'm doing that. I should be focusing on Hail to the King, which this album is called. But yeah, I'm just going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's not my favorite. I prefer A7X when they do all their crazy, insane technical stuff that they did on like City of Evil and stuff like that. But I definitely do respect this album. I think it's got a really, really good sound to it. I think they did a great job. Every time I listen to it, I enjoy it more, like I said in the beginning of this video. And I'm just going to stick to that rating of 8 out of 10. I really enjoy this album. I am going to buy it when it comes out to stores. And yeah, let me know what you thought of this album in the description, or in the comments below. Jesus Christ, I don't know why I said that. So yeah, let me know about what you guys thought. I'd be very interested to hear, or to read all of that, not hear. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just tired. It's like freaking 11 o'clock right now. I should go to bed. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.